What is going on, boxing fans, man? Welcome back to another episode of Bourbon and Boxing with your guy, the Chef Jeff, baby. That's my name.
The
Baby,
Chef
that's how
Jeff,
we doing it,
baby.
baby.
I like that. I fucks with that. I fucks with that, man.
Yeah, is that
You
our
made
last
me set
name?
up off of that motherfucker. The Chef Jeff, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucks with that.
Yeah. And as
Yeah,
always, our dude,
you already know Big
Big
Spade,
Spade.
man.
Big Spade up in here, man. We're
Never
back.
sweet like no Kool-Aid,
That's
baby.
right. He's all relaxed. It's Friday, man. He's been working his ass
Man.
off all week. He's ready to
Woo!
relax. Me, it's Friday. I'm on vacation for a while, so I got my
He say
bourbon
it's
ready, boy. I'm
Friday.
down in my basement, ready for these kids to pass out up there. I'm gonna get
He said
twisted
it's
while
Friday. You ain't got
Friday.
no job. You ain't got shit to do.
I got shit to do. They said I got still caught stealing boxes and shit. Alright, man. Hey, we're back doing what we do best, man, talking about what's going on this week in boxing, nothing but fight after fight after fight. Mega week for
Yes,
boxing, in my
sir.
opinion. And it's just gonna start what's gonna be a kind of a mega few months, man, going from April, May, June, July, some big fights being announced, dates being set. I mean, we're rolling into boxing. One of the things I wanted to get on, man, I want to get your opinion on this, man. Something that's kinda irritating me. I love what Saudi Arabia is doing and all that shit without getting off too far off track. Just something that kinda has been under my skin all week hearing, other shows talk about Saudi Arabia saved boxing. But yet we've got fights going in April, May, June, July that have nothing to do with Saudi Arabia, big time fights. We saw boxing have one of its best years in 2023 that it's had in fucking decades, right?
Right.
But now all of a sudden Saudi Arabia puts on a few big fights and they say boxing. I'm like, man, come on. Like these big fights are happening because the fighters kind of want it. You know what I mean? Like they're happening. Saudi Arabia is putting up the money, you know what I'm saying, for big mega fights and putting on some blockbuster cards that are setting precedents, you know what I mean? And you see PBC following suit with that. They're like, well, they're putting on a man. You got 5 title fights, I think, in that PBC on that PBC card that we'll talk about. 5 title fights on that, bruh. Like that's pretty big for boxing as
That's
far as
good
like
shit.
moving up the ranks. That's what you want to see. That's entertainment. That's the way you want to kick it off if you're PBC. Uh,
Yeah, that's good shit.
yeah,
Title fight.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt. But like I said, this is a that was just something that's been kind of getting under my skin. I like what Saudi Arabia is doing, but I don't give them credit. They didn't say boxing. Boxing is what boxing is. You know what I mean? It's always going to be boxing.
Oh yeah,
But
they say boxing though. Like, how
I
many
love.
fights they had over there?
I mean, going back to last year, as far as I can remember, what they put on they put on at least 2 fights, 2 mega fights last year, and they've
Oh,
done 1 or 2 this year.
oh,
They had the, Fury fight over there, if I'm right. Fury and Gane fight was Saudi Arabia. Joshua and Gane fight was Saudi Arabia. Before that, they've done a lot of basically heavyweights. I don't know if they did the
yeah, they ain't
Joshua
say
versus.
boxing because
No,
heavyweight
no.
ain't even the that ain't
Yeah,
even the
they
most
well, what
that
they
ain't even
might
the
have
most
did
dominant weight class right now. So
no, what they might have did was just
it's
save
not.
the heavyweight division. But people always tend to think that the heavyweight division is what makes boxing. If boxing doesn't have a dominant heavyweight, then boxing isn't boxing, and that's just stupid. There's like how many other weight classes? You know what I mean? And your some of your best classes are between uh, God, going from featherweight up to welterweight, middleweight, super middleweight, shit like that. But yeah, but that's a lot of mindset for people that without a true big time heavyweight champ at boxing, boxing isn't on that scale. A lot of people also in the US associate, being there has to be a big time American heavyweight boxer and a champion for America to be interested. But that's all silly shit in my opinion. If you're a fan of boxing, you're a
Now I can
fan of
probably
boxing.
understand that part though.
I mean,
It gotta
America
be
loves a big time heavyweight, and I think
so it gotta be yeah. I mean, for Americans to tune in that heavyweight class, I do feel like
it has to
we
they
gotta
would
have
have to
a
have.
we gotta have a champion.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, fam. It's like yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
We
you go
gotta
back
have a
all the
we
way
gotta
to what
cause
Joe Louis, Muhammad Ali, going down the
yeah,
list of great American heavyweights, George Foreman.
yeah. We gotta
You
have
know,
somebody.
Yeah, Mike Tyson,
Mm,
Holyfield, all these
mm.
guys going down the list. So yeah, I think that does help, but it isn't the end all boxing. You know, I mean, you as a fan, you'll continue to watch it. But like I said, man, some mega fights this week, dude. We got the Valdez versus Liam Wilson fight. I'm got that on my television right now. Been watching the undercard. That came on around 6 o'clock today. Saw a few fights. Nothing over exciting yet. I haven't seen any big time knockouts or anything, but decent little card. I'm waiting to see a couple guys on this. Waiting to watch the Sinisa Estrada fight on there, which is the co-main event for this one. But that just leads us off into the week where we got the big fight, Tim Tszyu, PBC, and all that kind of stuff, man. You want to recap the last week's fights, man? I really want to kind of get your opinion on what you thought about Dalton Smith. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, who he fight
He was
again?
up against Jose Cepeda. He
Zapata?
defeated
Yes,
him. Yeah,
Zapata.
yeah. Took him.
I mean, you know me, man. I'm a heavy critic. I just got to see more. I felt like he was patient.
Yeah,
He know how to put his punches together. Like he
that
ain't
suplex
overrushed nothing.
was boy.
He had a nice 1-2. I like
Mhm.
that this 1-2. He can
I've
fight
s-
off the back foot. Uh,
yeah,
he can
yeah.
fight going backwards. I just got to see more though. I got to see. I just got to see more. Like I got to see like what's his weight class? Like I
Jose
just
Cepeda. Let me see if I got it on here. Dalton Smith. I don't have his weight class on there. I want to say he's right around that lightweight, welterweight, between that class, lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, maybe. I'd have to check it out. I can't remember where Jose Cepeda's at. I want to say Jose Cepeda's a welterweight or uh,
mm,
actually a junior lightweight, maybe. I'm not for sure. But I've watched Dalton Smith probably 3 or 4 times, and super impressed every time I watch him. Like, I never come away disappointed in anything that he does. And of course, he's beating the guys he's supposed to beat, but he's beating them
right,
in the fashion that that hey, he's supposed to do that, and he's doing what he's supposed to do
supposed
against
to
them.
be doing yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm super impressed every time I walk away watching this kid. I'm like, man, he's really got an all around game that I like. He can definitely be a contender. That shot that he hit Zapata with right in the freaking I mean, right in the suplex, man. Middle,
Yeah.
knocked the wind out of him. There was no way he was going to get up. And this is a guy we haven't seen not get up from a punch. Jose Zapata, even though he's a vet fighter, that was a good test for you know, for Dalton Smith, in my opinion. It's not an over the top test. You know what I mean? Because Jose Zepeda is an older fighter now, but he's still a good fighter. He's had some really good fights. All his losses have been really close, come down to draws, all that other stuff. Never been knocked down and stopped like that. So impressive to see him do that. Really like what I see from Dalton Smith, man. I think he's got a good future, and but ready to see him step up that level. He called out a couple guys, but I mentioned a guy in my head that he wasn't mentioning, and then later the week they said that it could possibly happen to Regis Prograde. So that's fucking
Oh, he 140?
yeah, he's 140. Fucking clicks in my head now. Yeah,
Oh
he's
yeah.
140. I said him versus
Yeah,
Regis would be a good
now
fight.
I see that, but Regis ain't shit either though. To
He's
me.
not, but that's a good step up for him for sure. Like to get to, step and, check it out. Even Arthur Barbosa, he doesn't get mentioned enough, in my opinion. Arthur Barbosa doesn't. I think he'd be a great fight for anybody, especially nice two up and coming guys right there. That would make a great fight. But anyways, like what I saw from him, man, he's got some good competition. He just adds to that 140 basically. Pretty filled 140. I mean, it is
140 deep right now.
fucking deep, 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 deep. It's what 135 was a year or 2 ago when
I told you
135 was fucking deep.
Russell. Gary
Yeah,
Russell little
yeah,
brother.
yeah. Oh
He
god,
a
yeah.
beast.
Yeah, and then you got the Subaru Mateus guy in there as a contender.
Yeah.
He holds a belt. I
Devin.
think he's got the IBF. You got Devin, you got Ryan, you got
Theo.
Ao. You got Arthur Bambosa up there. You got some really good talent at 140, man. These guys ready to see a lot more of those fights take place. But on the co-main event of that, man, I'm a huge fan of Sandy Ryan. I don't know if you watch much Sandy Ryan. She's out of the UK. Chick that I kind of followed coming out of the amateurs. I kind of caught one of her fights as soon as she come out of the amateurs. Was super impressed with her. and was a big fan of her. She took a loss early in her career, and since then has just kind of bounced back, been a gym rat, put the work in, looked even better every fight she's been in. She went up against a vet and Terry Harper and put just a whooping on Terry Harper, man, and looked super impressive to me. So I wanted to give Sandy Ryan a shout out. I don't know if you checked her out, but she's in that welterweight. Man, a good fight with I mentioned in my head once again because they both beat Terry Harper. They fought the same opponent, Alicia Baumgartner. Great
Yeah,
matchup with her. That would be a hell of a test for her, for sure. I don't
yeah.
know if you watched much of her though.
No, I ain't seen her like that. What is is my stuff froze? I
It
can't
looks
I gotta
like it
get
is.
my
Looks
here
like
we
it is.
go. Here we go.
It should bounce
Yep, I
back.
think it's froze. Yeah, it should. I don't
Should
even
be
know how I
bouncing.
did that. Man, this has
uh,
got me right there.
but I can hear you pretty clear. I can still hear you nice and clear. Uh,
Okay, okay.
On the another fight on there, man, that I really liked, I told you about to check out that James Flint versus Campbell Hatton. I thought that was definitely the fight of the week. Those two guys banged it out and went to James Flint in a
Oh
unanimous
yeah,
decision.
Ricky Hatton look son. Yeah, I seen
Yeah,
he
yeah,
lost. I caught it
yeah,
too late. When you said it, it was too late. You told me too late.
yeah.
Like when I asked you what round it was already over with.
Yeah, yeah, by the time I told you and you were like, "Oh, what 10?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Man, this fight's already going." It was like only a 10-round fight.
Yeah,
But,
they
I
was
mean, it was a great test for Ricky Hatton, man. He took our Campbell Hatton. He took an early loss in his career. Everybody says that he's been spoon-fed being, Ricky Hatton's son and everything like that. But he's just I think that was his first time he's ever went 10 rounds. Uh, he gassed out probably around the 7th round, and that's when the James Flint kid just kinda came out and pretty much took the fight from there, but it was a really good fight overall. I thought it could have been like a split decision, possibly, I didn't see it as a unanimous decision, in Flint's favor. I thought it was a really great fight overall. Uh,
yeah,
but yeah,
that's what they was saying. I caught it too late. I was like with Saudi, like, damn, I'm too late. Yeah, they
yeah,
said they was banging though. But yeah, no.
yeah, that
The
was a
last
very
name in boxing get you far. Man.
Yeah, it kinda gets you those stepping stones. He didn't have to go to the amateurs like a lot of the guys do, having a guy
Yeah.
like his dad, but I mean, no different than the, Vargas kids. There's what, like, 4
Yeah.
of those boys in the sport. They all got that benefit of their dad's name. They don't really have that amateur Olympic background or anything like their father did, but, I'm not sure if their dad did or not, but they don't have a lot of that,
There we
"Hey, you're
go.
back. What's up, my dude? He's back."
There we go. There we go.
But
Took
yeah,
that there.
no different, man, but he actually shows me a lot of potential, man. He looks a lot like his dad, you know what I mean, in the ring. He's got a lot of
Yeah.
but, he's a good little fighter. We'll see what holds for him. Uh, Man, like I said, we already talked about, the fights that are going on right now, the Liam Wilson, Valdez fight. Who do you favor in that fight, man? Who you like, Wilson or, Valdez? Now, Wilson is the guy that knocked Navarrete down and almost it was a really long 8 count that they gave Navarrete in that fight. It came back to me. I was trying to figure out all week, like, "Man, I seen this dude. Where did I see him at?" And then I was like, "Oh, this dude knocked Navarrete down and almost beat him." Like "Oh, shit." But Navarrete recovered and then won the fight pretty handily after that. So, it's hard for me. Valdez needs this win for his career.
Definitely need that. See, I don't know who he fighting, but I could say he need this win. And it seemed like since he been off them roids, the
Yeah.
roids he got caught with, he ain't been living up to what he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
So,
Well, hopefully he's got I'd like to see him. I like Oscar Valdez a lot, even without with the Royd situation. I've always been kind of a fan of his. Uh, the beating he took from Navarrete, he came back. I think he's fought one time since then. Uh, but
he just lost his
yeah,
last
yeah,
fight.
yeah, he just
Yeah.
lost it.
He
Who'd he
lost his
lose to?
last two fights.
Yeah, yeah. So he
Navarrete
lost his
and
last two,
Shakur.
and yeah, yeah. So yeah, he lost to Core before Navarrete. And then lost to Navarrete. So, but then he just fought, I want to say before the end of last year, or no, Navarrete beat his ass at the end of last year.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so no, he hasn't been back in the ring since then. So yeah, this is a desperate fight for him. Uh, hopefully he goes out there and just kind of keeps his head and doesn't take it as a desperate fight. But honestly, for his career, I mean, he's always going to have his name sells fights. Like they were talking to Oshaki Foster, and he's like, I want to fight Oscar Valdez. That's more of the money fight. That's Oscar brings money. Liam Wilson. Not a lot of people know who he is, but this is a chance for Liam to make a name for himself. He wants another opportunity to fight Neverate. I don't see that happening, but he could line up with you know uh, Shockey Foster if he wins this fight, get a chance to fight Shockey, which I
Right.
think Shockey tears his ass up regardless. But yeah, but either way, I like that fight a lot. I think it's a 50-50 fight overall. I'm I'm rooting for Valdez because I don't want to see him lose again. If he does, it's pretty much career over. Uh,
Right.
but we'll see, man. We'll see. We talked about Sinicia, super bad Estrada, 25-0. She's going to be facing Yocasta Valley, 30-2. And this is the co-main event to this fight. These two girls are bad. Both of these girls are bad. I'm telling you, this is going to be a banger of a fight. Watch these two ladies. I love Sinisa Estrada. She's got a lot of skills. She's the first female boxer to ever. She got Nike who sponsored her, and they make women's boxing shoes because of her. Before I didn't even know this, but women's boxing shoes never existed. They had to wear men's suit like kids, like
Oh
boys,
yeah,
yeah, teenage boy kid shoes.
I never
Because
knew that.
nah, they didn't have boxing shoes for them until Nike signed Estrada, and now they make shoes for her, and then
So
they
how long
supply.
that been?
That's been going on a couple years now since they sponsored her.
Damn, yeah, I ain't never know that, bro. I ain't never take the look into no shit like that. That's
Yeah, it
deep.
was yeah, when I remember they were mentioning it on one of her fights, and I was like, "Damn, they don't make women's boxing shoes?" I was like, "That's fucking
Yeah,
crazy," and she's the first woman to ever have a pair of women's boxing shoes. But, yeah, she's, I like both of these fighters, man. They can both bang out. There's a little bit of controversy to this one too that I like. The trainer that is with, the Val girl, if I'm correct, she was Estrada's trainer, like, her whole motherfucking career, like, known Estrada since she was a kid, and
yeah,
then she took on Val to train her to fight Estrada. So Estrada's like, "I'm done with her. Like, I don't want nothing to do with this bitch no more, like, it's over. Like, we're not even friends no more. Like, you went to the enemy, and now you're gonna train her to fight me." You know what I'm saying? So there is a little bit of blood in this fight. It may not be with the fight. Well, kind of with the fighters because Estrada's been calling this fight with Val for like I want to say 4 years now. She's been calling her out. So she's been wanting this fight with her. Val's a more experienced, holds the belts. It's gonna be a banger. That's gonna be a good one. That'll be on I want to say probably about 10. I want to say we still got Raymond Murata fighting and then Estrada, and then the main card. It's gonna be a late ass night. It's over in Arizona. You know what I'm saying? So main card probably won't even be on till about 12 o'clock and shit.
yeah.
But like I said, I got my bourbon and I'm off work.
Stay with your birth.
Yeah. This shit, I got some burn to it. Some
Yeah,
grain, 5 grain, like you feel it burn like when it goes down. All right. Also on the undercard, the guy that I thought that could possibly now you heard Shakur has signed on to fight the guy that Frank Martin fought, that German dude.
oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
his
that's who
last
he's gonna
fight,
yeah, that's who he's gonna fight. Decent little test, but hey, not
he
who I
should
thought
win.
he
That
should have
shit
went with.
Wofford.
Yeah, I thought he should have went with his Zapata or possibly wait to see if Raymond Mortala wins his fight tonight. He's fighting on the card tonight. Raymond Mortala is a young up and coming dude at the 135 that's undefeated. He's got a heavy ass hand on him, so watch for him tonight. He should be on after this fight coming up, unless I miss him. I'm pretty sure he's right before Sinisa Estrada. But
Yeah.
yeah, but let's move on from there, man, and let's get over to the big conversation, man. The what we really want to talk about. Nothing against. the fight's going on tonight, but a fight that's kind of been building up with 2 guys, but then it switched up on us. Fedora is gaining a lot of favoritism. A lot of people are siding with him. I mean, when you see these 2 face to face, the size is just you can't ignore the size difference. I mean,
Yeah,
he's huge. He's got an 80-inch reach. Like, if you're Tszyu, but here's the thing. I still favor Tszyu for the fact that, uh oh, we just saw a nice little knockdown there. But anyways, lost my track. I favor Tszyu for the fact that Pandora likes to come to the middle. He likes to get in the pocket and fight with you. I definitely favor Tszyu if he tries to fight that way. If I'm Fedora, you got to fight off your back foot, establish your jab, use that reach to your advantage, and not allow Tszyu to come in and basically just outpoint him at a point. Try to outpoint him and just outbox him by boxing him off his back foot. If he doesn't, I don't really see him because Tszyu likes to throw uppercuts and all that other shit. But
yeah.
what's your
Fedora
thoughts on
do
that?
too though.
He does, and that's what I said. He likes to get in that pocket, and he likes to
I
throw
think
punches.
Fedora should use his reach though. Use his reach, man. Box with his reach. Don't just bang.
He definitely should. He because the one knock on Tim Tszyu is that he doesn't have a jab.
Okay,
So
yeah.
if he can't establish a jab and all he can really do is kind of bum rush you, kind of like a Mike Tyson, like get inside,
Yeah.
Benavidez, bully you a little bit, force you around, be the more aggressive style fighter. That's what Tszyu is. He's gonna go with that tactic for sure. But if you're Fedora, you got to fight off your back foot, keep that distance, set up a counter punch, try to set up a big counter punch to catch him, even a big uppercut with the length that he has. He catch him coming in with a nice uppercut. He could lay Tszyu out. This is it's become more and more interesting as the week goes on. And you hear different people talking, so it starts to get in your head. Maybe Fedora does have a chance. I'm gonna go ahead and back off that. I'm gonna stick with Tim Tszyu knocking his ass out. We're gonna see the big Andre the Giant just fall. Jolly Green Giant is going down, guys. In my opinion, I think Tszyu. Now, of course, I would love for this to happen in the what did I bet? The fourth or fifth round. I bet one of those rounds. So I'd
You
love
said
for it to
fifth.
happen.
You said Tazoo in the
Yeah,
fifth
yeah,
round.
yeah. Tszyu in the fifth. That's what I took. I'd love to see that because that could win me some money. So
Yeah,
that's
I'm
what
with
I'd
your
like to
money,
see.
but I ain't got Tazoo, but I'm with you with your money though.
What do you
I
think is
got
going to
Fedora.
happen, man? You got Pandora, but why? What makes you think Pandora?
I just think I ain't see Tazoo like I ain't see his fight against the other. What's his name?
Shit,
Who?
his last fight, Brian Mendoza
Yeah,
was
I ain't see his
the
fight
last
against
fight.
Mendoza. How it really looked. I seen this fight against uh Tony Harrison,
Hmm.
and I feel like Tony Harrison he ain't having no more. But I
Yeah,
think Fedora just hungry, man. He tall. He know how to bang in the inside. He know how to bang. I mean, he need to use his outside. He can use his outside. Um, yeah, and, I think yeah, I just think he young, hungry, got the reach advantage, height advantage. You know, that's what I'm going off of. And he can box though. He can fight. He can fight.
I like his boxing ability. Watching him against Brian Mendoza, who's a more heavier hitter. Tim Tszyu hits harder than Mendoza does. We saw that in the fight that they just had. But Mendoza is a more heavier handed puncher. When my thing with Pandora, he's got that size, but he's not quite grown into his body. You know what I'm saying? Like he's skinny, which means getting hit in those ribs, getting hit around that liver, taking those
Yeah,
body shots. He doesn't have that. It doesn't seem like the muscle or the even fat to kind of ward off those shots. Tszyu's definitely gonna treat him like a tree, in my opinion. You're gonna go to the body and chop him down, and wear his body down, and then once he starts to dip down, you're gonna take him out with a heavy uppercut or a heavy hook to knock him out. I think that's what Tszyu's gonna do. He's gonna just tear his body up. He doesn't have the developed body, in my opinion, yet to take those heavy shots that are going to come from Tszyu quite at this level. He's still young, like you said. He's got all the boxing ability, but he lacks the chin. We've seen that a couple times with him already in a couple fights. And then you got a heavy hitter like Tszyu that so the power is why I favor Tszyu really. Uh, and I think if they both get in that pocket, Tszyu's gonna fucking take him out. And it might be early if he gets in that pocket and tries to fight with Tszyu. I don't think he
Yeah.
can handle that power. That's gonna be trouble for him. He's gotta and I don't know how well he fights off his back foot being the size that he is, how his balance and stuff like that as, because like I said, he likes to get in the pocket. He doesn't really show you his footwork. So if he don't have footwork, he's not going to get far in this fight. I don't think. Great opportunity that he doesn't deserve. Also, I still don't think he
Oh,
deserves.
Fedor.
He doesn't deserve the opportunity. He doesn't. I mean, basically 2 losses on his record. He got a draw that he should have lost to the Natty Boy, and then he
Yeah.
lost to Mendoza with a wicked knockout in his last fight, which would be almost a year from now, sometime in April of last year. I mean, just a wicked knockout, but I don't know, I felt like he was in that fight when he lost, but he got nailed, man, and tall like he is, he keeps his chin up a little too much, and you know what happens if you leave that chin up, you'll get caught.
Yeah, I think he made a little simple mistake though. I think it was a mistake because he was winning that fight for real.
He was, and he's had plenty of time to kinda go back,
Yeah.
fix whatever he might have
Yeah.
relooked at that and say, "What did I do wrong here? How did I get what did I drop? Where did I drop my guard to let him get in that uppercut?" I mean, not just an uppercut, I mean, he got slept. That was a vicious uppercut, like, it was vicious, vicious, but he's had plenty of time, I guess, and he stayed in the gym, he stayed active in the gym. He has been training. So, I mean, like I said, maybe a better fight than what I predict it's gonna be, but I still think Tszyu is just too much of an aggressive fighter. Fedor is not quite ready for that type of level, in my opinion. Not yet. Uh, so we'll see, man. It's gonna be a good one tomorrow. And of course, that undercard is fucking ridiculous, man. You got 5 title fights going on here. Of course, Tszyu and Fedor are going to be fighting for the WBO, which is the vacant belt at the welterweight that was held by Charlo. And then
Uh-huh.
Tim Tszyu holds the WBC belt that was given to him from when they stripped Charlo. So here we got 2 belts that nobody's really earned on the line. So these guys are going to earn them tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, Talking about belts, and without me getting too far off track, Boots Ennis makes a comment that got my brain just spinning. And it wasn't
Mhm.
actually Boots that made the comment; it was his trainer that made the comment that he has advised Boots to wait for the big fight. Devin
His
Haney and
dad,
Teofimo, and I guess whoever his trainer manager is, has said
I
they
know
have
his
advised
dad is
him.
trainer.
Well, they're saying they've advised him to just wait for the bigger fights. If he can't get the Crawford fight, just wait out another big fight. My problem with that is that we had a guy stripped of his fucking belt 4 months after he won it for not fighting a mandatory. They turn
Right,
around the IBF and they give that fucking belt to Boots, who hasn't fought since last fucking July 8th, right? The last time he
right.
fought was July 8th of last year, and now saying that he's gonna sit till he gets a big fight. The fuck, man? This is why you don't hand guys a belt.
Yeah.
This
That's
is exactly why you don't hand guys a belt.
that's
It should have been
crazy.
as simple as you put that belt as vacant. Boots is a mandatory to fight for it, and then whoever's next in line after Boots is who Boots would fucking fight. Why is boxing so goddamn complicated, man? Why wouldn't it just be that simple? Vacate that belt, have it out there, let Boots fight for it, stop giving these guys belts, and then I mean, you just stripped a guy who had a mandatory rematch clause on his shit 4 months after he fucking won it because he didn't fight Boots, and then you knew he had a rematch clause just to give the belt to a guy who hasn't fucking defended it yet and has no signs of when he's gonna fight even this year. Like, that's the type
Mm.
of shit that makes no fucking sense. Like, does the IBF go strip Boots? Say, "Well, you're mandatory." Who's Boots mandatory? It can't be Crawford. Crawford's a fucking champ. You know what I mean? Boots is his mandatory. So who's Boots mandatory is my question. Who's next in line? You know what I mean? It just
Oh
doesn't
no,
make
the
sense.
welterweight done got weak.
It did. It went down because you got a lot of guys jumping up to 154, and that division's kind of lacking, so it could have used some of the talent. But that welterweight division is waiting for Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia to all eventually within the next I'd say 3 years, those guys will all move up to that welterweight division at some point. At least one or two of those guys are going to move up at some point, and I think that's what the welterweight's kind of banking on. But right now, it's just stagnant. Nobody's fighting, and there's talent there. The guys just got to fight each other, man. Stanonis, Cordina, a guy out of the UK that I like a lot, starts with a C too. I can't think of what his last name is, but he fights out of the UK. He's a pretty good. Oh, Crowley, that's who it is. He's a pretty good guy at welterweight that they could be fighting. There's fights that could be made, but you got the top guys not fighting, so
Right.
that's why it's being held up right now. All right, but getting back on track, man. Like I said, we got 5 title fights, man, going on Saturday. Now, this week in boxing, I'm not going to give you guys a full schedule because there's literally a main card tonight, 3 main cards tomorrow, 2 more main cards on Sunday. So you guys want to see that schedule? You know what the main card we're going to talk about, and that's that PBC one. If you guys want to know the rest of the schedule, go over to Bourbon and Boxing on Facebook. I post the schedule, full schedule every single week, so you can check it out on there. If you want to be part of the group, just send an invitation or send a thing, and I'll accept you to the group. True boxing fans only, man. Had to make it private, so there wasn't, a bunch of casuals coming on my shit. We don't want
Right.
casuals on our shit, bro. But yeah, you've got title fight in the super welterweight. You got a title fight in the super lightweight division. You got a title fight in the middleweight division. A title fight going on. Or hold on, yeah, title fight in the flyweight division also, and then an interim WBC title fight going on in the super welterweight. All on that card tomorrow, man. Like what? Out of all these fights, man, with the super middleweight, Rolando Ramirez versus Cruz. Then you got Alicio Lara versus Michael Zarafa. You got the WBC flyweight, Julio Cesar Martinez versus undefeated up and coming young dude Angelino Cordova, 18-0-1, going up against a 20-3 vet. Uh, well, not really a vet, but 20 fights into him. But you know, what fight are you really looking forward to? What do you think is going to stand out on that card? What fight you going to remember the most? You think?
Out of the core for Saturday,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Broly and Pitbull.
Yeah, that seems to be hyped up. Did you watch any of the presser on that?
Nah, I did. I was trying to, but I think I caught like some other shit because it was like Sean Porter was doing the you ain't talking about the press conference they had like today. I mean yesterday, or are you
I think
just
it was
saying
yesterday or
period?
the day before. I just watched a video on it. I just watched a small clip. I didn't actually catch the presser for it, but I watched a small clip. And supposedly Rolly had a chain made of a Chihuahua with Pitbull's face on it. I'm like, this dude's a clown, bro. Like,
Yeah,
but that's what keeps him selling fights.
yeah,
He's not the most popular champion out there. Everybody really thinks he's the weakest champion. So this is a good fight for him to shut everybody up. I mean, he
hmm,
hasn't had the best fight in his last 2 fights. He got knocked out by Tank viciously, and we watched
yeah.
him lose against the older dude.
He
Uh,
did.
uh, and he definitely lost that. But how the fuck they stopped it was beyond. Like that was the worst controversial thing. Like that was just horrible. But he lost that fight, so he's really got to come out and put a show on. Put your money where your mouth is. You know what I'm saying? Like
Nah, yeah. I
you
don't know, man. I
he
think
could
he
be
should
up there.
win.
I'd like to see him, but man, I think I really favor Pitbull because I think it's somewhat like Rolly. We'll see how Rolly comes out. Rolly's either going to come out like you can kind of see when he's not comfortable. When he's
Yeah,
throwing punches, he's at his best. When he's more on the defensive guard, he seems to always get caught with that little lean back that he does because he always drops his guard. when he's leaning back, and I think that's exactly the punch he got caught with Tank by, leaning back, and Tank just pow, caught him right on the ropes, trapped him. And that's the thing too, he doesn't seem to fight well off his back foot and roll it. And we know that Cruz is like I call him the Mexican Mike Tyson.
Yeah, he
Where
ain't going backwards.
no, he's coming forward with
He coming
aggression, and
for him.
he's got that swing like Mike did, like looking for those big hooks to land on your body and your head and shit. So if Rolly isn't able to fight off his back foot, he's going to be in trouble. I think he's going to get caught up against those ropes.
Somebody going down.
I want to see somebody. There's so many good fights on here. Somebody's going nap nap. I've got money on two guys going nap nap, guys. I've got money on. I've got money on, and I know this might not be popular with people, but Julio Cesar Martinez, I've got getting slept by Joe Cordova in the 6th round. That could win me some really good money. It may not happen. It's just, hoping money on the line. But for
Mhm.
me, with the money side of it, of course, I'm looking. I mean, that pays me the most. Julio Cesar Martinez versus the Godot, that pays out the most. That's like a $670 payout. So, of course, I
Right.
might be looking more forward to that fight than all the rest of the fights, just to see if it happens. If it does, I'm going to casino. We're going to bet some money. But yeah, for me, I do like the Rolly fight a lot. I think the most interesting fight for me, because it's the most even matchup, would be the Lara versus Zarafa fight. Both of them, I think, Lara's got 3 losses, Zarpa's got 4 losses, so they're both at that stage in their career. This is a must win. Another title on the line, an opportunity for Zarpa to get a title with 4 losses, 31 and 4. He's not the youngest guy, so an opportunity for him. I think it's going to be a really good fight. Uh, I'm not sure if I put money on that one or not. I think I did, and I accidentally bet on Lara. I didn't mean to with a 9th round knockout. It was by accident, but so let's hope that happens. I don't see it happening, but I was gonna actually favor, Zarpa in that fight, but, of course, the guy that Fedor was supposed to fight, Machuca, Brian Mendoza is gonna step up in that spot and fight him, so you'll get to see, Brian Mendoza on that card also. Alright.
Yeah, Mendoza. They call him in to take the fight that Fedor was supposed to have, right?
Yep, yep. Yep,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
up
yeah,
in that
yeah, yeah.
spot now, so he'll jump up in there and grab that. That's a good opportunity for him because the winner of that is gets that interim belt that's on the line. I think it's a WBO interim belt, which that shit's just sanctioning fees is all that is. Like, hey, here's a belt, now you owe us money. Like what? Like we expect our check on Monday, motherfucker. Be at your door like rent a center and shit. Give 'em a belt, give us money, or give us our belt back. But yeah, like we talked about, man, can Fedor pull the upset? If he does, it's going to be a huge win for him and his career. Uh, Tim Tszew's making his first American debut. I thought this was in Australia. Remember we talked a few weeks ago. I thought this was in Australia because he had talked about making an American debut, but I didn't think it was that soon. But yeah, this
Mhm.
is in Vegas, so he's in America, and he's looking to make a statement. Man, he's trying to get that American crowd. He's got
Mhm.
some, Notorious B.I.G. lyrics that he likes to state when he's out there, Tupac, he'll be like, "Yeah, what's my name, motherfuckers?" He likes to tell people that, you know, I guess he thinks he's Ali, but yeah,
Yeah.
let's see if he can impress the American crowd, because I think a fight with him and Terrence Crawford would be a huge fight. But did you hear old Sneaky Pete Spence is trying to sneak his way into getting the winner of this fight? Did you hear that one?
The Fedor or
Yeah.
Tzu.
Yep, yep.
They bet. Oh, man.
He's trying to get in there to get that. But I know Crawford has already talked to the WBC
Yeah.
about getting that fight. So I mean, in all honesty, man, who do you want to see? You want to see a guy who just got absolutely his ass handed to him? Or do you want to see a guy that's a unified champion at welterweight fight a guy who's going to be a two belt holder at what is that? Super welterweight? At super welterweight at 154. That's way more interesting to me, Crawford versus Tszyu rather than Spence versus Tszyu. Not that I'm saying that wouldn't be a good fight. I think Spence versus Tszyu would be a good fight, but overall, I'd rather see Crawford. I think
Yeah,
he's more deserving. If you're Spence, you just got an ass whooping. You got to rebuild that shit a little bit. Not saying you start from the bottom and you're getting scrubs, but you got to start somewhere. And I've also heard that him and Derek James are on the outs. Like they're about to split ways. Uh, and this is from Derek James himself saying that he doesn't know what's going on with him, but they haven't been on good terms, and he's kind of letting him do his own thing right now. So, what
for
kind of?
real.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That was talked
Mm.
about after the Crawford fight. There was a rumor just 2 weeks after that him and Derek James had some kind of conversation that was on the side, like heated conversation, and I
Like
guess
me, damn near got it fixed. Cause I seen it, but I ain't know if that was true or not.
yeah, yeah, they're saying that pretty much Derek James is confirming that they're not in talks right now, and that he doesn't really even know what Spence is doing. He hasn't reached out, talked to him or anything. So, but Spence is talking about wanting a Tszyu fight. So, I mean, I don't know where he goes, who he brings in. There's plenty of trainers he can bring in, but
Uh,
I like Derek James as his trainer. You know,
yeah,
he gonna try to go over there and get Bo back. Come on, Bo, train me.
I
But we'll be
don't
like,
know
"Come
who
on,
he
bro,
gonna get.
it ain't gonna work." But
I don't
yeah,
know who he get.
what you thinking?
I said I don't know who he get for that. To be honest,
I like that
Mm.
kid Ben Davis out of the UK a lot.
He a trainer.
Yeah, he's a beast, man. He's the one that's training Joshua. Uh, he trained Fury for the Wilder fight. He trains shitload of fighters over there in the UK. He's a really good young trainer. He's kind of a younger dude, not real young, but probably around my age. I would say maybe a little bit older than me, probably about like 45, somewhere around there. But he's a good trainer, man. He trains a lot of guys, but you've seen what he's done with Joshua a little bit. Every guy he trains, I mean, he had Fury looking his best, in my opinion. The way he had him moving and everything. He's a hell of a coach. I like him a lot as a manager. This week in news, man, a couple fight announcement. You got Mark Heffron. He's signed on to fight Kristen McBilly. That will be McBilly's first fight on Top Rank. Remember, we just talked about he signed with Top Rank a few weeks ago. He's with Eye of the Tiger Promotions out of Canada. Top Rank and Eye of the Tiger kind of teamed up to bring McBilly over to the States and with Top Rank to get him a little bit more attention. He's a super middleweight that could be a great fight for a David Morrell, Caleb Plant. I mean, he could definitely contest those guys, but this is a good little first test for him. Signing a Top Rank, kind of get his name out there. Mark Heffron, not real big on him, but I favor McBilly in that. That's been announced for May 25th. Of course, that will be on ESPN. Mateus Subaru Mateus has signed on for his first fight with the Zone and Matchroom, as he just signed with them against Paro on June 15th. Uh, Rocky Hernandez, of course, he fought Shockey Foster, lost in the 12th round to him. Heavy hitting Mexican fighter. I like him a lot. He's signed on to fight Lugo on May 11th, and of course, you've got the official announcement for the fight that I'm looking most forward to this year already. Will be, of course, Francisco Estrada versus my guy, Bam motherfucking Rodriguez. Telling you right now, bro, that fight will be the fight of the year. The fight of the
Yeah,
year,
right.
man. Yeah, no doubt to me. That's the one I'm looking most forward to, by far. I don't know, like I said, I didn't really write that schedule down. It's a lot on the schedule this week. Uh, as far as the fights, you got some fights going. You got two main cards on Saturday that we talked about. One out of the UK with two veteran UK fighters I don't know much about. Yardley and Clark, I think their names are. Then you got a fight out of Japan. Uh, so you'll have an early fight Sunday. And then you've got three main cards tomorrow, but we know which one we're going to be watching. I don't even know why anybody else put fights on that day. Uh,
Right.
but yeah, you got the Zorro guy in the
Uh,
cruiserweight defending
Scoop
his belt.
water.
But yeah, I know what I'm gonna be watching, man. That's what I'm looking forward to. But of course, the announcement has been made that David Benavidez will be co-maining with Tank Davis versus Martin. He'll
That'll
be
be
co-maining
live.
that. That's
That'll
going to be
be live.
live, and they're also
That'll
going to
be
put
live.
that
That'll be
they
live.
they're going to
Mm.
put that 5 versus 5 on there too. I don't know if you've heard about that. Frank Warren, promoter out of the UK for Queensberry Promotions, is doing a 5 on
Greensboro.
5. Queensberry Promotions over in the UK. He's Tyson Fury's promoter, Frank Warren. He's actually a big promoter over in the UK. He's going head to head against Eddie Hearns, you know him out of the UK
Mhm.
for the Zone Matchroom. They've got this 5 versus 5 competition, and the Turkish I don't want to mispronounce that dude's name over in Saudi Arabia. The Turkish guy, the guy that heads all this stuff, he's also in on it. Now they're supposed to like, man, you'd have to look more into it. It's really weird what they're doing. It's like a 5 on 5 of their best fighters. Basically, they get to choose one outside of their stable. That's where Deontay Wilder versus Zane comes in because rumors are Eddie Hearns choosing Deontay Wilder, and then Frank Warren wants to bring Zane. So these are like you're allowed to pick 2 guys outside of your promotion. The other 4 have to be within inside their stable. So
Hey
they have
Jeff, hold on. Hold on. Real quick, Jeff. Hold on, real quick. I ain't mean to cut you off. Let me check in here real quick with these kids. Real quick, bro.
oh, you're good, my guy. Shit, do your thing.
Real quick.
But yeah, I know you guys are ready for some boxing. I am officially watching what's going on Top Rank right now. We got the Raymond Mortala fight about to come up. I like Mortala a lot. Would like to see what he would do in this fight. Like to see him in a fight with maybe a Keyshawn Davis later in the year. I think that would be a great fight, matching 2 young upcoming guys. Now, Keyshawn said that he would love to fight Teo, and Teo is running from him. I don't think he's on that level to fight Teo Pima Lopez yet, but to see him against an upcoming guy like Raymond Mortala, if he wins this fight and it looks good, that'd be a great little matchup for 2 upcoming contenders uh, in that lightweight division. But that Sinisa Estrada fight will be after that. That's a fight, man. I think that's going to be a heck of a fight, guys. Really look forward to seeing that. And we have a heck of a filled weekend, guys. Like really filled. Not just weekend this week, but next week will kind of be a stalemate a little bit. Then you get a decent little fight the week after that. But then after that, it's a bit of Devin Haney, Lomachenko, Cabosa, or Haney Garcia, Loma, Cabosa, and then just Canelo McGee, all that shit, man. So you're gonna get to see all that uh, just break down, and it's gonna go into June and all the way into July with some really good fights for boxing. And it's going to be filled, man, with some great fights, man. So I look forward to seeing all that. Really look forward to seeing and getting more into this 5 versus 5 with the Frank Warren Queensberry versus Matchroom and Eddie Hearns. Seems very interesting. You have to look more into the rules. Can get a little bit confusing, but it seems like something that is going to be interesting, no doubt about it, man. We lost our guy Spade for a minute, but hang in there with us, man. Of course, this is Bourbon and Boxing. I am the chef, Jeff, baby. We've been cooking it up all day, every day with this boxing shit, man. That's what we do here on Bourbon and Boxing, man. Don't forget to hit that subscribe, that like, follow us, check out our podcast on we're on everything. Instagram, we're on Apple, we're on Amazon, we're on iHeart. You can catch us, listen to us in your car, your house, wherever you're at, your job. Tune in. You can listen to us every week as we drop a new podcast every single week, guys. Every week, usually on Friday, usually drop it Saturday mornings, depending on if there's a big fight on Friday, then we'll drop it on Friday mornings, record on Thursday, man. I would love to get a little bit of feedback on what you guys would think about a live show. Wouldn't mind going live for the Fury versus Usyk fight coming up in May. I think that would be a good fight to start our first live feed with. And of course, that would be on YouTube. That's where you can find our videos. You can also find our podcast on YouTube too, man. Also, always thank for the love. from all you guys, man. Thanks for all the subscribers that tune in to us. When you do, when you have the time, man. So we always appreciate the love, man. Anybody tuning in, and we love feedback, man. I've been getting a little bit of comments and feedback. I love, you know, talking boxing. I will talk boxing all day with you. I will not argue with man. I'm not the type to argue with people at all. Uh, you know, I I'll rebuttal in a professional way to you. I'm not going to call you names. I'm not going to, do anything. It's childish stuff like that. I'm just not onto that shit. If you are, just stay out of the comments, man, because I'm not going to rebuttal the dumb shit. Uh, I'm not going to waste my time with that, guys. But what I will do is I'll take a shot of bourbon with you. Take a shot of bourbon with you. I don't know what is going on with my camera, man. Oh, my damn, oh, there's a shadow somewhere. Oh, no, that's my fucking mic. What, man? What? I can't believe it. I can't believe it's not butter. Welcome to Bourbon and Boxer. It's definitely not butter. It's smooth like butter, but it ain't butter. Man, on vacation from my job for the next week. That is nice. So y'all know I'm gonna watch these fights and get twisted tonight, my guys. All right, man. There ain't much more for me to talk about, of course. Looking into some news. Of course, we did see, like I said, Keyshawn talking. Of course, you can always talk about Canelo David Benavidez, but until that fight happens, I don't really want to talk much more about Canelo because I mean, there's not much to say about it. Just keep repeating herself and saying what everybody else is saying is that the fight should happen, and that's the bottom line to it, man. It should be that simple to the best of one and two fighting each other, but boxing always likes to complicate things. I talked about that with the IBF at the welterweight, giving it to a guy like Boots, just handing a guy a belt who didn't earn it, and now he's just sitting on that belt, and you just stripped the guy who won it 4 months before that 4 months after he won it, you strip him of it for not fighting his mandatory when he had an automatic rematch clause that he was supposed to fight the guy that he just fought. That's type of shit makes you scratch your head in boxing, man. Makes you wonder, like, what the hell? Who's running this fucking show? Oh, that's right. Nobody is running the show. It's like 60 different sanctioning bodies just looking for money, man. That's all they want. Money, money, money. They got their hands out. They all got 100 rules, but nobody follows them, man. Look, my guy Big Spade is back. What's up, my guy? Back on the show. Your mic's mute. Mute it. There we go.
Hello?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
you
I
muted
kept
it?
us. No, I didn't mute it.
What the
I
hell?
thought you muted it. I thought you got tired of hearing
No,
me in the background. You was trying to get your baby to sleep or
nah.
something. Like this
I'm over
motherfucker
here
just keeps
talking and
talking.
shit.
Was you? Damn, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just muted out of nowhere. Like I was just
Nah,
talking. Like,
it's my 2-year-old birthday today.
oh, nice man. Happy
Well,
birthday,
see,
man. How's your
2 years.
family
Yeah,
doing? Yeah, 2 years
they
old.
good.
They
Yeah,
grow up
man.
fast, don't they, bro?
Kids over there, man.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
hear
was
that. I got
still
a
watering my
3-year-old.
bed in the bed. I kept moving around and shit. Damn water bottle. Oh, God.
Ah, damn, bro. That sounds like my house, bro. Like I swear, like I had to. We eventually bought a dining room. Like I didn't have a dining room table for a long time because I didn't want them cracking their head on it running around the house. So we
Yeah,
left it open as an extra toy room. Well, I finally
yeah.
put one in there because these motherfuckers, like my whole house is crumbs everywhere I walk.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Man,
God damn, bro. Like what the fuck?
man, listen. What? And
So
we got a puppy now? I hate that shit.
bro, so now the new rule is that I bought that dining room table. eh, I don't give a shit if you eating one chip. You're gonna eat at that table. Like fuck
Oh,
that. No
yeah,
more
yeah.
crumbs in my house. No, like I used to go in my room, get in my bed, and be like, God damn, bro. Like who the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Like I had to
Mm-hmm.
take my shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like hell nah,
I,
bro. Like so I had
hey,
to
I
set
already know.
boundaries. Like fuck.
Yeah.
Like
Where you leave off at? My bad, bro.
we were talking about that 5-on-5, man. It's really confusing. Like I said, I know
Oh,
they're
five
choosing
on
4.
five. Yeah, what is
Yeah,
that?
yeah. That's gonna be on that undercard of the, that's pretty much, that's all gonna be brought by Saudi Arabia too, like
Five
that.
on five. So how that like what's going on? Like what's the rules on that? Like what's the criteria in that? What's going on with that?
It's basically Frank Warren, Eddie Hearns. Frank Warren has, Queensberry, and I don't think that's on the David Benavidez thing. because now that I
Yeah,
think about it, well, no, because no, I wouldn't
five,
think it would be
five.
because PBC ain't gonna. I don't see BBC working with the Zone. I think I misheard that earlier in the week, but it's gonna be in Saudi Arabia. I know that.
Mhm.
Basically, Zhang versus Wilder is one of the fights that they're putting on there. Talks.
Yeah.
Now, I did see that the deal was done between those two, and that they had to actually sign the contract for that fight to happen. But that's going to be one of the fights because each one of them, it's 5-on-5. Uh, Now, it's something where, like, okay, like Hearns will choose the flyweight division, right? He'll
Mhm.
pick one of his fighters in his stable at flyweight, and then Warren picks a fighter in his stable at flyweight, and that they fight on that card. And then they choose a heavyweight out of each one of their stables or outside of their stable, like they did with Zhang and Deontay Wilder. And and then they do like middleweight division, once again, Hearns from each one of their stables. So I guess it's a promoter challenge, like who's got the best stable. I'll put my 5 guys best against your best 5, and we'll see who wins. But Turkey Alassi, if I pronounce it right, I might have fucking butchered the shit out of that. Uh, the Sheik over there, he gets to also choose. He chose heavyweight. I think he's one that putting on that Zhang versus
Wilder.
Wilder, but I've also heard Dubai versus Hergovich might also be the other heavyweight fight on there, which that's a pretty good one, in my opinion. Good chance for Hergovich to jump up the ladder a little bit.
But
Uh, uh,
that sound like they trying to do some team combat league shit. Remember I told you about that?
yeah, yeah, some interesting shit. It makes it for more interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, then you're kind of forcing your best against the best. You're putting on a pretty good card there.
Yeah.
Uh, But, like I said earlier in the thing, I like what they're doing over in Saudi Arabia. I think if the Turkish the guy who runs that over there, I think if he starts bringing more of the big fights to the US and also the UK, he's gonna reap the benefits more from doing that than, what they're making in Saudi Arabia. Because if you kinda see the background there, it's really super quiet. There's certain events you could hear doors opening in the back and shutting and, what I mean, during fights and everything like that. So, I think if he brought it over to the States and the UK, I mean, the UK will bring 90,000 people to a fucking boxing event all day, every day. If you put Joshua versus Fury in the UK, that's gonna sell over 100,000 fucking, tickets easily all day. You put that in the biggest stadium you got, and that will sell every seat in the UK.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I ain't gonna knock it till I see it because it's part of boxing, so I can't knock it until I see it. But that sounds cool though. If they putting their top guys versus
Yeah,
they
yeah.
5 top guys, that sound. I thought
It's
you were saying
challenging
some shit
yourself.
like the 10 combat league shit where they
Yeah,
fight
yeah.
for 1 minute and then they switch with 3 minute 1 minute rounds. I mean
That's
3 minute 1 round fights. I thought you was talking about some shit like that, but you basically saying like, all right,
that
I'm picking my
yeah,
5 against your 5, two
yeah.
different promoters, and we gonna get it on.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting, man. That's because Frank Warren and Matchroom don't really work well together as far as well, Warren and Hearn, they kind of got bad blood. Warren's, I don't know, both of them. Like the UK really hates. I feel like they're not really big fans of Eddie Hearns in the UK. I like Eddie Hearns. I feel like he puts together
He a
really good.
people person. He
Yeah,
promote. He for his fighters. I see him
yep.
like
Yeah,
because
he's
he
for his
still.
fighters. He puts on really good cards. He does talk a lot of bullshit. He will blow smoke up your ass. Uh, like he's told us Dante Wilder and Joshua has been fighting for the last 3 years. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like that type of shit. But you take what he says with a grain of salt, but he still puts on good cards and shit like that. Uh, not much more to talk about, man. There wasn't really a lot of news this week, busting off. Of course, everybody talking about the same conversation. With the Canelo shit, but I don't want to talk Canelo until he actually fights David Benavidez, and that's when we'll talk about that guy. Of course, we'll talk about him when he fights Jaime Munguia, but
yeah.
outside
When he
of
have his
that,
fight, but yeah, I get what you're
yeah,
saying. Yeah,
I
it's
no
cool
no
after he
longer,
fight. Like, all right,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't want to. He's not getting a platform with us. Fuck Canelo.
I mean,
motherfucker.
no disrespect, no disrespect, you know,
It's
but
just ducking, man. At
he
this
like
point,
talking about the Lakers when the Lakers was losing. Like, come on, bro.
yeah,
Like this
yeah,
dude right in front of you. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know,
yeah.
man.
You got to fight the best, in my opinion, man. If you don't, then I don't, what you did in the past and having your fans stick up for you, that's just gay, bro. Like
Yeah,
that.
but I ain't gonna lie, cause if I fuck with Tank, he is a great fighter to me. But if he would have fought like uh I
Well, let's
can't knock
say,
it. I
let,
can't knock it. I can't knock who he be fighting because
well,
for one,
let's say Frank Martin came and said, "I want to fight Tank Davis," and we knew that fight could happen. And Tank said, "Nope, I'm going to fight Raymond Mortala, a guy that hasn't proven shit,
yeah, I
hasn't
would have
earned
looked
it."
at Tank different. I would have looked at
That's
Tank
the
different.
same. You got a guy that you should fight, and Frank right in front of you, and Tank's
I got
gonna
a
go fight
question.
that dude. So go ahead.
I got a question. What fight you think closer? Devin Haney or Shakur and Tank, or Devin Haney and Tank? What fight you think is the closest to be the fight we gonna see
I'm
between
gonna.
them three? What fight is you think will be most likely to happen?
I think Tank versus Devin is more likely to happen than Shakur versus Devin because Tank versus Devin, they've been kind of going back and forth for a couple years now,
Years, fuck couple
and
years,
we know
years.
Tank. We know Tank will go to 140. It's all depending if he wants to put
But
that
he ain't
rehydration clause in
comfortable
there.
though.
You know what I mean?
He ain't comfortable though.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
feel like he was comfortable, like as far as like body, the that weight, like he looked a little chunky. Like you see him
yeah,
at
because
135 now, focus,
yep,
he cut, he stern.
yeah,
You feel me? That 140, he looking like a little like
yeah.
chunky a little bit.
Like,
You know
it's
what I mean?
hard for him to get to that weight, because he's a comfortable like you said, he's 135 comfortably.
And
That's
he
he's a
little.
smaller
Everybody
guy.
like he can fight 140. Bro,
Yeah.
y'all know how little dude is. Like, not no disrespect, but not saying he can't, but come on, man. Devin Haney about what, 5'9"?
After it's all said and done, Devin Haney's a motherfucking, super middleweight. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? So, that's a big difference, a guy barely
man.
struggling to make 140 compared to a guy that can make 168, walk around at
It walk
166,
around 60.
170 all fucking day long. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a big difference, and that's what I said, Tank's
And he
size
only
puts him at a
24.
weight.
Like, he
Yeah,
only
yeah, and
like
he's young, he's
24. So,
young.
you know
I
what I'm
think that
saying?
would be
Tank
a
damn
hell
near
of a fight,
30.
but I would favor Tank against Shakur, I would favor Tank against Devin, and I'm a huge Devin fan, I think Devin's boxing
I'm a
ability
huge
is
Shakur
fucking
fan, but
amazing.
I'm taking Tank though. I'm a
Yeah,
huge Tank fan. Like I became a Tank fan and Crawford fan around the same year, 2015, 16.
mhm,
So, you know, I fuck with Shakur. I got hit to Shakur in like 2000, late 2018. You know what I'm saying? Late,
yeah,
like the end of
yep,
2018 when he fought on Top Rank and shit, and Bud walked him out. So I got hip to him like that.
yeah,
But man, these amazing fighters, but it's just like it's all a toss up. And then it's like, damn, some fighters not gonna fight each other. Like we won't get a Keyshawn versus Shakur ever.
no,
You
but
see
you
what I'm
know who you
saying?
could
Like
get? You could get a Keyshawn versus Raymond Mortala. That
I
would
don't
be
know
a
who the
hell of
hell
a
that
contender
is.
fight. The kid fighting right now on, Top Rank on the undercard.
Right
He's
now,
at
speaking
yeah,
as
yeah,
we speaking.
yep, yep, as we speak, they just started, 4 rounds in right now, but, check him out. He's a good little talent. If he wins this
Oh, you
fight
talking about the little Mexican looking dude?
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's got some good little heavy hands. I think him versus Keyshawn would be a hell of a fight. Now I got some fucking
Is he in a weight class though? Because it say junior
yeah,
weight,
yeah.
he 140.
Yeah. They're he'll fight. I think he originally fights at 135. He's listed as a 135 fighter. Mortala is so this might be like a catchweight fight. But
My bad to cut you off, but who was the dude he just fought? I forgot who he fought, but he lost. Shakur lost to him in the Olympics. He was all right. I think he like Puerto Rican.
uh,
He nice.
he just lost. You talking about that Jesus
Nah,
Ramos?
he
Not
didn't
not
lose.
him, but
He didn't lose. He beat Shakur in the He had
in the
just fought
Olympics.
like last year, like the end of last year. Hold on, let me see.
I think I know who you're talking about.
I'm
Is
about to
he the
find.
dude that lost at the end of the year?
Nah, he won.
Because I know there was a big fight at the end of the year where dude, I can't remember who the guy was, man. Big, it was a pretty big loss. So, uh, but yeah, I would like to see that fight. But I got a lot of kickback today saying that Keyshawn wasn't ready for Teo because he was calling Teo out, saying Teo was ducking him and running from him because I guess Teo signed on with another fight at some point. But Keyshawn
Oh,
said,
that's
"Oh,
him.
he's
That's
ducking
him.
me."
Rebosa Ramirez.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He lost at that Robeisy Ramirez. Yeah, I think he lost right at the end. He lost that fight at the end of the year, if I'm right.
He lost?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
he
If I'm
just
correct,
won.
does it still have him
Oh.
undefeated? Maybe that's not the fight I'm
No,
thinking
I
of.
know he had lost a fight, but I don't think it was the end of the year.
Yeah, if it's
Cause
a dude
he,
I'm thinking, Robeisy or dude, if I'm Robeisy Ramirez.
oh, you might be, bro. I
Yeah,
feel, oh, he did 3 months
yeah,
ago.
yeah, yep, yep. He lost
I
in
ain't see that
December.
fight.
Yeah, yeah. It was a tough. The dude was lanky, tall, lanky dude. I can't think of his name,
Yeah,
Paro or
it's
some shit, but tall, lanky guy.
Rafael Espizano,
Yeah, yeah,
Espineza,
yep. He was a tall,
Espinoza.
lanky dude, and he was giving him
Damn,
all
I
kinds of
ain't see
hell, bro.
this.
Yeah, yeah. That was right in
What?
the last couple of weeks of December, man.
I ain't
It was
see that,
crazy.
brother.
Yeah, it was
I,
crazy.
I would have thought I did.
Yeah, I had that as close to my upset of the year. Uh,
Cause he had won a fight before that though, and he was
yeah,
talking
yep,
all that Shakur
yep.
shit. Cause I
Yeah, and I
remember
think,
he, no disrespect, but he got a nice looking little female.
yeah, yeah.
Ramirez do.
Oh yeah, little Spanish.
Oh yep, I ain't see this fight. I ain't see this one. I
Yeah, yeah,
missed this.
yeah, I was
What
pretty
day
sure
did
that
this
was
come on? A
he lost,
Saturday?
yeah. I remember watching that, I was pretty surprised he had lost, but dude was taller, lengthy, had a nice little uppercut on him.
Yeah, I see. I see.
He actually
And
knocked
he,
dude down, uh, in the end of the fight, it looked like he was gonna come back and actually win that
man,
fight, but then he slacked back off and then just kinda never picked up,
he
really got
big
it going.
too. He
Yeah,
a
dude was
big boy. He
lanky.
fought. He
Yeah,
way bigger than
fuck yeah, he was
long.
lanky,
This
bro. He reminded
Fedora.
me
He
of
look.
He actually reminded me of Sebastian Fedora. I
He
even said that
Fedora
because he
compared to
got
him.
got with that uppercut because, he likes to throw a lot of punches, the dude Ramirez lost to. Dude threw a shitload of punches. I remember making that comment that this dude reminds me of Sebastian Fedora. His style, his length, his size, everything like that.
Yeah, I wonder that dude fought recently. I have to look
No,
him
I
up
think
on
that's
Boxing Ring.
I heard that it's supposed to be a rematch.
Nah, if
That's
he
what
gotta
I've
be
heard.
like that, I don't
That
need to
it's
be no
supposed to
rematch,
rematch. Well,
man.
it was a close fight. It was a really close fight.
Okay.
It was really close. Like, I think
Oh, it
on a
was. Oh,
good
they was
day,
banging. They was
yeah,
banging.
on a good day, I think Ramirez beats him.
Okay.
I just feel like Ramirez was off a little bit, just really wasn't
But
on his
that
game.
still be like, get a dude a chance to move forward, not backwards. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah,
it ain't fun, if it ain't fun nothing, to give him a
yeah,
chance to move
yeah,
forward,
yeah.
man. They
Exactly.
shouldn't be fighting dude again if it ain't fun
It,
nothing, man.
there's no belts on the line there.
That's just like what's his name? Fought dude again. I mean, that was controversial. What's his name? Prime. What's his name, man? Got knocked out, man. You know who I'm talking about, man. I can't think of his name, man. I think he's from Brooklyn, man. Wear the colorful hair all the time, man.
Oh, I know who you're talking about Colbert, Chris Colbert,
Yeah,
Chris
Colbert,
Colbert.
Colbert.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He
Chris
got
Colbert.
well, I'll tell you what,
See,
man.
that was worth a rematch.
It was, but I thought he lost that first fight. He shouldn't have won that first fight against
Nah, that's what I'm saying. That was worth it because
Valdez. I think it was
it
Valdez or
was
something like
constant.
that.
Yeah, it was
Venezuela's
controversial.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it was controversial. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yep, yep. And boy, he slept him. He told him he was going to sleep in too. Boy, he caught him.
he told him. And he talking about bet 50,000.
Yeah.
Lost that 50,000.
Whew. He said, "I'll put my house on it." Well, don't put your house on it, bro.
Yeah, don't put your
Don't
house
do
on
it.
it.
Like
Cause
you
he put
almost lost
your
that first fight. I wouldn't
it's,
put my house on it.
he started fighting good though.
Yeah, yeah.
He reminded me of AB when AB got dropped and that
Well, that's kind of
Madonna
Blair
fight.
Cobbs, man. Blair Cobbs has that Colbert, Chris Colbert feel to him a little bit. I like Blair Cobbs.
Yeah.
That fight with him and AD would be AB would definitely be a good one.
Who?
Cobb and AB, if that
Oh,
fight
Blair
happens,
Cobb. Who
yeah,
you
yeah,
got? It supposed to happen.
I'm always take AB, especially against. I like Cobb, but I would favor. I mean, AB getting up there. Cobb is a little bit younger, I think. Don't quote me. He might not be. Some of these fighters look young, and they be older than what I think.
I
But
think he is younger though.
I feel like he's younger.
Yeah,
He was
he.
kind of up and coming until he took a couple losses early. You know what I mean? He
His
likes
soft
to
fans
talk a
used to.
lot. He
His
likes to
soft
talk a
fans used
lot.
to be calling my boy out though. I would
Yeah.
appreciate it. He used to be calling Bud out like he could fuck the Bud.
Oh no, he kinda fucked with it. He would have got embarrassed. He would have got highly embarrassed. That
Man,
would have been
Bud
a
would have
bad,
killed
bad
that
choice for
man.
him. Like I said, man, I don't have much more news on here that we could talk about for the week. Of course, we talked about some. You got any other topics you want to throw out there? Anything you can think of? You might have heard any rumors out there,
Let me
speculations.
think of some shit. Let me think of some shit, man. Let me think of some shit.
Got any good amateur news for us?
I ain't got no amateur news yet. I've been staying on top, but I think they supposed to be going to a tournament, like a national tournament in June. But I'm trying to think. The shocker was Yugi. I ain't think that shit was true, man. I watched the interview. You gotta subscribe to this shit called Segura Talk. He be
Okay.
interviewing boxers and shit. He was talking to Derrick James, and Derrick James was like pushing it to the side, but I ain't think that shit was true, man.
Yeah.
I hate to
Wonder
see
what
them
he.
break up.
Yeah. It
Everybody,
was.
like I hate to see that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why he would go away from it. Go away from Derek James. It's worked this whole time. But sometimes
Dude,
that's
Ramirez
what
fought
guys need to do.
24 and 0. Not to cut you off, but dude, 24 and 0.
Who's that?
Dude that be Ramirez.
Oh
He
yeah,
he
yeah, yeah.
he
He was
24 and
he's
0.
a good little fighter, man. But I mean, that's why I wouldn't mind seeing
He
that
was
fight again
six
because
one.
it was really close. Yeah, but he had that reach. Like it was weird
That's what
because
I'm saying. He's six
yeah,
one. Fighting at what weight is that?
uh,
Featherweight?
lightweight 135 was it?
Feather.
135
Feather.
featherweight
Feather.
so 130 130. Wow. So shit, I didn't know he was all the way
That's
down
like
there.
Fedor. That's like
Yeah,
Fedor fighting
yeah,
that
yeah.
weight at, you know what I'm
What's he
saying?
fight at? Welterweight or super
Nah,
or
154.
junior welterweight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a baby Fedor for real.
He looked like him too, like the length, everything,
Yeah,
and he used it well.
yeah. Damn.
Ah, shit, man. Like we tell you guys every week, though, keep watching the videos, keep liking, subscribing, share that shit, get the news out there. Uh,
We only gonna get bigger.
you already know, man. We're gonna get into these gyms. I'm trying to line up a little bit of interviews, trying to get in the gyms, talk to people when I get back off vacation to try to get in. At least
Put
contact
that
some
shit
people.
in motion. Yeah, put it in
Yep, yep.
motion. We
Start
gonna put
getting
it
into
in motion.
motion, start making all they can say is no, you know what I mean? Try to line up some
100%.
interviews, with some local guys around us,
I want to try to get
things like
AB,
that.
man. That'd be special.
Yeah, that's
If
what
I
I'm
could
saying,
get
man.
AB, man.
Yeah, love to get AB on here, love to get Duke
It
Regan
ain't
on
even
here.
gotta be that long. Give us 10, 15
No, no,
minutes,
give us
AB.
10,
That's all we
15 minutes,
need.
man. Yep,
That's
yep,
all we need, man. We ain't about to,
yep,
I ain't
get
gonna ask you about
right.
none of your personal life. We
Or,
ain't that. We ain't that. We
AB
just trying to, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, exactly, man. We're just fans trying to get a little interview with you, see what you're up to, if
We're
the
in the
Blair
same
Cobb
city,
if
man. Ain't
yeah,
nobody else doing this in the city, so
yeah, it'd be
man,
nice
yeah,
to bring the
that'd
Blair
be
Cobb
love.
news on
That'd
the
be
show.
love. That'd be
Yeah,
love.
yeah, yeah,
That'd be
absolutely, man.
love, man. That'd be love.
That's it. But this is episode 56, man. We're gonna call this Mega Fight Weekend because, like I said, we've got all together. Started on Wednesday with Pro Box. I did watch some of
I
that.
think
There was
I
some
think
really good
I
fights
think
on
I
there.
think when we come back, we gonna my bad cut you off, but I just
Go
think
ahead,
when
go
we
ahead.
come back, it's gonna be better than today. I think
Oh yeah, yeah,
because you know what I mean, we have some really it's fights going on while we doing it, which I hate Friday night fucking fights, but
yeah, yeah.
I think it's gonna be better because it's just more interesting. Then we got Cormel fighting Floyd. You hit Floyd, new fighter Cormel.
No,
You
no,
gotta
I
watch
haven't,
him. He light
not him
skinned.
really.
Yeah,
Okay,
and he started he won nationals so
okay.
many times. A lot of people hip to him, like Shakur Alim. He was one of the top kids. Like he turned pro at 17, so I think he like 17, about to be 18.
Hell yeah.
But he a dog though. So
Hell yeah. On
yeah,
the
look
next
out for
show,
him.
break
Look
down
out
that
for him.
amateur
I
sports,
think
man.
they said he supposed to fight before the main event. Like I don't think he fighting. I can't really describe when he supposed to be fighting, but I'm watching the fights from the prelims to the main event Saturday.
Hell
So
yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's
so
gonna I mean, that's me.
I love
I'm
PBC
all
boxing. I
work.
mean, I like Premier Boxing, so
Yeah, yeah.
that's what I'm on.
And
But
like I
yeah,
said,
make
man,
sure you catch him though. He supposed to
I
be split. He look like a baby. He look like Tank a little bit. He light skin like Tank.
okay.
Probably like
And he's
130,
gonna be so he'll
126.
be on that card. What's his name again?
Yeah, Carmel.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be tuned in all day too,
He 2
as
and
soon as
0
that
right
shit
now.
comes on.
Yeah, he
As
2
soon
and
as
0
it
right
comes
now.
on. Hell yeah, I'm gonna finish up these fights tonight. Like I said, there are 5 championship fights tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow,
Yeah,
mega
text
card,
me for
don't
the
miss out.
Oscar Valdez too, man, because I don't want to, I'm as soon as he gets started, because I might get
It's gonna
sidetracked.
be
So just,
they're in Arizona, and it's gonna be probably about 12 o'clock because 'cause we're on what time right now? About
oh
10:30.
god damn, for real?
Yeah, yeah, they're in Arizona. We're already on 10:30 right now, and we still got the Sinisa Estrada fight after this one. So, you know what I'm
What
saying?
time
Like,
they start fighting?
they started at 6 o'clock with prelims.
Damn.
Yeah, they had prelims at 6, and then I guess this card started around, like they didn't even really jump over, it kinda went right into it. Usually, they split it down, they take a little break, come back 30 minutes later, and start that card, but it went straight into it. They ain't stopped the whole time since 6 o'clock. I've had it tuned in.
Yeah,
So,
his name Camaro Moulton. Camaro
okay,
Moulton, man.
okay.
I
I'm
think he
gonna
like
definitely check
17.
him out.
I don't even
Definitely.
think he 18 yet, but he like 17. Probably about to be 18.
See, that's a
2
dude
and 0.
we need to
He nice.
contact little dude and get him an interview before everybody else, before he even gets on the radar, bro.
Shit,
Get
he already on the
dude like
radar,
that
bro.
on here. Well,
He
get
already.
him on our shit. So,
Yeah, just
we'll
say we
help.
got to get him on that shit because he already big time. Like I told
Hell
you, he
yeah.
done won nationals 27 times, some shit like that.
God damn.
He probably
Damn.
could have went to the Olympics if he wanted to, like for the trials and shit. Like,
Hell
but
yeah.
they just switched it up. But yeah, he a beast, bro. He
Hell yeah.
always he grew up in the money team gym. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Look like a little. He lightweight favorite tank a little bit. It's crazy. You
Damn.
you would go to you gonna look like damn Floyd. Was they trying to go get another tank or something?
Hell
He
yeah.
gonna remind you just the tank. Oh, he an 18-time national champion.
That's a beast.
Hey, you know how it's funny because I'm on this LG. You know how Tank symbolized the gorilla,
Uh-huh.
the eight. He got the white eight, the white eight. Like,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay, I
yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah.
Hell
He
yeah.
all right.
But hell yeah, man, we're gonna wrap this episode up for you guys, man. Thank you for joining us once again for another episode of Bourbon and Boxing. Once again with your man, the chef, Jeff, baby. Got my new name on here because we're gonna be cooking this shit up every week for you guys. Uh, and then of course, Big Spade, who joins me every week.
You already
We do
know
this shit together. You already know.
together in any weather.
That's right. Next week, guys, we probably won't be on here. I'm hoping I can get back in time. We might do a little show. There's not a lot of big fights next week. I don't think there's actually any big fights next week. There is a fight, but not a mega fight. So we might end up skipping next week, and we might catch you guys a week after that. No guarantees, but if not, we'll see you guys in a couple weeks, man. Where we will recap all the big shit that happened this week for you guys, uh, and get back on track with you, man. Going on a little bit of vacay, gonna enjoy my time off, man. Like I said, keep joining us, subscribe, like. What's my guy say?
Subscribe, like, comment.
Hit
You
that click and make it
hit
stick.
stick for sure. And don't
That's
let
it.
your finger get too sore.
That's right. Tell your people, they'll tell their people and they people. And,
Man, the
you know,
point at the right comment, subscribe, and like button.
That's it. Hell yeah. All right, guys, man. Peace out. Enjoy
Feel
your week
me?
and your big ass fights going on. Enjoy boxing, man. Sit back, grab you some bourbon like I got right here. Just
Yeah,
kick
get
your feet up,
bourbon.
man. It's gonna be that type of weekend. Just to kick back and watch some boxing, guys.
Yeah, yep,
All right, guys. Peace out.
yep.